In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the difference between a cheap set of tires on your Tesla and what the efficiency, comfort, and sound is like, and then compare them to an expensive set of tires to see if it's worth spending the extra money. I'm going to be mounting these on my 20-inch induction wheels. They got them all in the back of my Rivian, actually making use of the truck for once. So that's what you can expect. All right, 50 mile per hour sound test. We're on the same stretch of road. See what it comes out to be. So from that, it looks like we're between 52 to 54, went up to 55 a couple times. So about the same as the Salem tire. So 52 to 54, I mean, you guys saw the numbers. Now let's do the same test going 70 miles per hour on the highway, same section of highway and freshly paved. All right, entering the highway here, perfectly paved. 70 mile per hour sound test. Let the games begin. I guess it would help if I actually pulled the device out. I guess it'd help if I went 70. So it looks like we're consistently pulling between 55, 56, 57, right in that range. So again, about the same, maybe a little higher than the Salem tires. What I will say though is, and I don't know if the decibel meter's picking this up, I can hear a hum in the tires. Like you can hear the tread pattern just kind of, I don't know how to describe it. It's just like, it's like a hum, like almost like a bald tire would. So that is one difference that I noticed. That's an unpleasant sound that you would not want. Let me see if I change lanes here, if it goes away. Make sure it's not the lane. Sometimes there's little rivets in the road that you can't see. Yeah. There's consistently this humming sound coming through. Now we are into a headwind as well, but I can feel that it's in the tires. So just an interesting difference that I'm noticing. All right, I guess this is run one, since actual one didn't record, right? Didn't record. All right. 0 to 60 time, 4.52 seconds. Not that that's necessarily the tire's fault, because the wheels themselves weigh 32 pounds in comparison to 26 pounds for the 19-inch wheels. So we're gonna do another 0 to 60 run. That way we have an average of 2 and see what we get. 0 to 60. 4.31 seconds. So that's 0.2 drop since the first one, so that's good, but still slower than on the 19-inch wheels. Now, not that you're going to be buying these tires for any type of performance, but I figure I might as well test it since I have them on the car. So there's your two 0 to 60 runs, 4.31 and I think 4.51 seconds. So pretty significant difference between the two, and also a consistent higher 0 to 60 time because these are on a heavier wheel setup. All right, so a quick look at these Westlakes. There's not really much of a lip there for any type of protection if you do happen to curb your wheel. Unfortunately, like my wife, she actually did a hell of a job. She almost 360'd the entire wheel with curbing it, and it was impressive work. I couldn't even be mad because she almost did the whole thing in one swipe. So that's kind of impressive. So if you do want to protect your rims, I have the perfect solution from Vion. So installing the wheel covers is extremely easy. The only thing you're going to do that's a little different is on the valve stem section, you're going to put some of the foam padding that they include. You're going to put it vertically. So one here, and then the rest of it goes around the edge in the roll that they give you. So as you can see here, the curb jumped out at my wife. She didn't hit it, the curb hit her. But install of this is very easy. All you're going to do is start with the valve stem section here. That's where you're gonna press in first as your first mounting point. And it clicks into place there. And then you go straight across. And then you go like to a third section, and basically everything snaps into place. And there you go. So here's a look before, and here's how it looks after. You really can't even tell that there's a cover on there. And if you do have existing scratching on there, it actually covers up and makes it look brand new. The black matches the black of the wheel. I think it looks excellent. It's all single piece, very easy install. If you've never done anything to your car, you'll be able to do this. And then if you're wondering, okay, how do I detach it? Simply take your hands behind the plastic here and pull toward you, and then it comes off fairly easily. So there you go. My discount code Gjeebs will save you 10% on their website. These are $109 plus 10% off and free shipping. It's very fairly priced. I think this is an excellent product. And also, as I'll show you later in the video, the sunshade that they make, in my opinion, is the best for your Tesla. Now, some interesting information about these Westlake tires. They have a 460 tread wear rating, and the Salem tires that I tested had a 600 tread wear rating. So those are actually a harder tire, and these should actually wear out quicker. The other thing is I got them mounted and road force balanced at Wheel Specialists in Tempe, Arizona, and they were telling me that this company is headquartered in Arizona, but the tires are manufactured in China. Which honestly doesn't mean that they're a low quality tire. It really doesn't. I think the perception that there's just cheap Chinese junk is kind of fading away in a lot of ways. They do make a lot of really high quality products, but in various aspects. But these tires are not one of those examples. So road force balancing, I've explained this before, is when they take the high point of the low point of the wheel and the high point of the tire, or vice versa, and they match them up to give you the truest roll possible. Now, this is on a 1 to 100 scale, and the best they were able to do on all four tires was a 16 in the front. Now, when I put the Bridgestones on my Model Y, we were easily able to get a 6 or a 4, and the Hancooks were the same way because those are more premium tires. They had to actually kind of massage the tire walls to try to get the smoothest that they possibly could, but really they're just built a lot more inconsistently than a premium grade tire. So they actually had some issues, and there were noticeable differences in the balancing of these. Almost 4 times as unround as premium tire would be. Overall, the sound tests right now check out to be about the same, but another thing they noted is it could be okay at first, but after 1,000 miles, after 5,000 miles, when the tire starts to cup, and cupping is when you get a little bit of wear and it starts to like dip down like this, and that rubber actually slaps down off the road and makes a loud sound. You're not gonna get as much life out of these tires as you would with a more premium grade tire, but I do want to at least test it to give you guys this information to show you why these cost only $115 per tire, and then why you would pay $350 per tire. So that's just some information I wanted to share with you before we go and do the 70 and 80 mile per hour efficiency test. All right, run 1 is complete with the Westlakes at 70 miles per hour. We are looking at 5.9 kilowatt hours used and 285 watt hours per mile. So if we were to take the battery from 100 to 0%, that would give us 263.1 miles of range going 70 miles per hour. So we're going to do 2 more runs on this to get a better average, and then we will have an answer for 70 miles per hour, and then we'll do the same testing for 80 miles per hour. So for the Westlake tires at 70 miles per hour, we averaged 5.85 kilowatt hours used, which translates to 283 watt hours per mile, which then translates to 265 miles of range if you were to take the battery from 100% to 0% going 70 miles per hour. At 80 miles per hour, we averaged 7.22 kilowatt hours used at 348 watt hours per mile, which would translate to 215.5 miles of range at 80 miles per hour, which is a 49-mile loss going 80 miles per hour in comparison to 70 miles per hour. So now let's test the Hancooks. So after doing the 3 runs at 70 miles per hour, you're looking at an average of 277 watt hours per mile. Again, the air conditioning is off. I did that to take away any deficiencies that could come with the air conditioning running differently, so I just wanted to eliminate it. So after those runs on the 20-inch induction wheels with the Hankook Ion Evo SUV EV specific tire, we're looking at 270.75 miles of range if you went 70 miles per hour in similar conditions to this. pretty flat road overall, and that's calculated based on a 75 kilowatt hour battery pack. So it's 1,000 divided by your watt hours per mile, and then that gives you your kilowatt hours. And then from there, you multiply your battery size, and that's how I'm getting this range of 270.75 miles. And again, I'll have this all charted out at the end of the video. So now we're going to do these same tests going 80 miles per hour. All right, so first test we're gonna do with the Hankook Ion Evos is a 0 to 60 test to see if we can get any improvement there. Already I can tell you there's no hum in the tire that I was getting from those Westlakes, and I think that padding on the inside is the reason for that. Overall, the tire just very smooth. You can immediately tell that it's a higher quality tire. It almost costs 3 times as much as the Westlake, but in the long run, I think you'd be happy with it because the Westlake, you have to remember, is behaving the best it's ever going to behave, being brand new. Into sport mode engage. Battery is heated up to 105 like I've been doing every test. We're gonna reset the draggy device, reset. $60, all right. 0 to 60 time of 4.23 seconds. If I remember correctly, the Salin tire on the 19-inch wheel did 4.22. So we got a nice time there, which is great. It's also verified. So we're gonna do another run and then average the 2 out and see what we get. All right, run number 2, reset. AC is also off for these runs. See how that did. 4.27, so 2 very consistent runs there, which we like to see, so that was good. Now we go and do the 70 mile per hour efficiency test, 80 mile per hour efficiency test, and then the sound test, which I'm interested to see. I feel like these tires are very quiet even for 20-inch wheels, so let's see how that does in comparison to the other tires we've tested. As I'm sitting in the car cooking right now, because it's almost 90 degrees in the cabin and the AC's off, I'm reminded of my Vion sunshade that I don't currently have up. I have it in the sub compartment of the trunk. As we head into summer, probably the most effective accessory you could get. Vion makes an incredible one. My discount code will save you and it's free shipping on that because it's held really tightly. There's no sag along here. It blocks out the heat and lets your air conditioning run really efficiently and effectively. I can tell because I'm in Phoenix and in June it gets up to 120 sometimes, and sometimes the air conditioning can literally not keep up. So putting that sunshade up has let it keep up in those really extreme temperatures. So I highly recommend that. It doesn't cost much, and when you're not using it, you can hide it away in your sub trunk. So purchase that if you have, I don't know how much it is. I think it's $58 or something. 10% off with my code. Look, saved you money. That's girl math right there. You bought something and you got a discount, so you think you saved money even though you spent money. God bless. So from the looks of it, we're looking at like 52 to 54 and a half. To me, it seems like this is the quietest tire. So 52 to 54 and a half is what we're seeing there. And again, I'll summarize this all at the end. Now let's go do the 70 mile per hour test on the Hankook Ion Evo, all season SUV, EV specific tire. All right, 70 mile per hour speed test. Again, same section of road, 70 miles per hour. It's perfectly paved. Perfectly paved. I looked at the road. I said, we gotta pave that. Look at that road. All right. Up to 70. All right. Warner sign coming up. So there you go. Kind of steady right at 55, 54, 55 and a half. Now let's put this in a chart and see where it compares to the other tires that we've tested, including the Salin tires. I'm gonna keep the 19s and 20s. I'm gonna keep that all on the same chart. That way you guys can just look at the information easily and you can decide for road trips or whatever you're doing, then you can decide what the best wheel tire combo is for what you're doing.
And now for a total summary of everything we've tested.
So the first test we did was a video with the Salem tires on 19-inch wheels, and 0 to 60 between the Hankook, Westlake, and Salem was all basically the same. I will say that the Westlake did give us the highest time at 4.52 seconds, and it also gave us a 4.31 second time. So it was the slowest tire, but overall they were all very close. Hankook gave us its best time of 4.23, and Salem gave us a 4.22. But again, the rim on that is 26 pounds compared to 32 pounds. At 50 mile per hour sound test, the decibel meter showed everything basically the same in that 52 to 54 decibel range. I will say though that to my ears, it seems like the Hankooks are the best. And again, this isn't sponsored. I bought these tires and everything, so I'm not trying to lean one way or the other, just trying to give you my feedback of what I felt. But it sounded like the Hankooks were the best, but the numbers didn't show that. At 70 miles per hour, again, you're looking at 54 to 55 decibels for both Hankook and Salem, and you were looking at 55 to 57. So there was a little bit of a difference with the Westlake when you go 70 miles per hour. And then when it comes to efficiency, so with the Westlake tire at 70 miles per hour, you're going 265 miles. With the Hankook tire, you're going 270 miles, and with the Salem tire, you're going 283 miles. But keep in mind, the Salem is on the 19-inch factory wheel, so it's expected that that is a more efficient tire. And with the Westlake going 80 miles per hour, you're going 215 miles. With the Hankook at 80, you're going 228 miles. And with the Salem, you're going 235.8 miles. So there is a noticeable difference between all of them. Again, I don't recommend getting Westlake tires for your car unless you really just want to test out the cheapest possible tire, or you have a rental fleet and you just want to run the cheapest possible thing. I think for a private car, going with the Hankook or Salem's is a much better option, and I'm going to continue to test these tires. The next tire I'm going to test is from Bridgestone, and I hope you guys enjoyed that video.